early week edition of College Sports Now, we have a very special power hour version of the show because we have had to move a lot of things around to accommodate our boy, Roddy Jones from the ACC Network, ESPN, Sirius XM. Don't come on me. Don't come on me. Tripp Hurd, the Lock Doctor, is here. Tripp had a very happy birthday over the weekend. He was treated like absolute royalty. There
Tripp,
will be
I told you Mike Norvell was going to do it for you. I told you he was going to do it for you, Tripp.
You called your shot.
Let's just do this now. The Tripp Hurd victory lap. I got multiple texts from multiple listeners of the show who all said the same thing on Saturday night and Sunday and Monday, because we're doing the show on Tuesday morning. They said Tripp is going to be insufferable on the early week show. And I think they're right. But Tripp, go ahead. Victory lap is all yours, buddy. Noles are back. What do you got for us?
I mean, honestly, I guess I could say I'm a little disappointed on the Phil Steele show. I said it was going to be Noles 38-3. We definitely could have scored 38 had we wanted to, but I can't believe they gave up 17 points. A little bit embarrassing, but hey, good on Bama. I mean, Kalen DeBoer, to score 17 against that FSU defense, obviously the arrows are pointing up. Hey, don't be surprised if Bama is still in the conversation to win the SEC late into the year. Okay, you heard it here first.
Okay.
HURD.
Okay, very, very good. There will be ample ACC discussion on the show today because Clemson's down bad. UNC is down bad. That's why we had to move the show. Roddy's laughing because he's like, come on, man, come on. We had to move the schedule because Roddy had to do a very special edition 2-hour post-TCU UNC show on the ACC channel on Sirius XM because y'all thought we'd be dancing in the streets in Chapel Hill. Turns out TCU had other plans. Roddy, how'd that show go, first and foremost? And second of all, let's empty the clip on the TCU UNC debacle from Monday night.
Okay, so here's the thing about that game. Like, that game doesn't deserve more than about 45 seconds. We are on a time crunch, and that game doesn't deserve more than 45 seconds. Yes, I did. So I'm gonna start the clock, and I'll give you my best 45 seconds on that game. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I have, like, the hype around that game was somewhat justified. Like, you are trying to build up a spectacle. You are trying to get ratings. You are trying, like, this is the greatest NFL coach of all time that we are seeing at a college level. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Tom Brady, which might end up being the thing that made Bill Belichick's career, because since Tom Brady left, he hadn't been very good. That team stinks. That team is terrible. That team, like, the quarterback looked lost after the first drive. The skill positions Jordan Shipp actually looked pretty good, but the skill positions other than that looked mediocre at best. The offensive line stinks. The defensive line stinks. And North Carolina might be lucky to win 5 games. That's 45 seconds. 45 seconds.
I looked at the schedule, man. Like, yeah, there's some lock L's on there, but by ACC standards, like, you get Clemson, sure, take your L, but, like, come on, man, you got Wake Forest on there, you've got Stanford on there.
That schedule that once looked approachable is now looks like a gauntlet, and I understand. I think North Carolina is competing with Wake Forest and Stanford to be the worst teams in the conference.
Wow.
I have Stanford this week, and I'm about halfway through their offensive film, and it's like, they're not good, but, like, there's some stuff to work with there. I'm through the first half of North Carolina, and I'm like, God, dog, like, they are. It's different. It's a different look. Stanford's not super talented, but they look well coached. They look like they have a plan offensively. Like, they just don't have a quarterback, and they don't have good players. North Carolina doesn't look like they have a quarterback. They might have a quarterback in Max Johnson. They don't have good players, and I don't know that they're well coached on the offensive line. Like, they're getting walked back into the quarterback. Like, 2 of them. There's one play where Gio Lopez drops back in the ass of the center, and the tackle hit each hip. Like, the center gets pushed back and hits one hip, his butt hits one hip, and the left tackle gets pushed back and his butt hits the other hip of Gio Lopez, the quarterback. He's trying to split them, and it's just two cheeks, big old butt cheeks of his guys hit him because they both got walked back on the same play. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? It's bad, man. It's bad. And so you are correct. You look at that schedule and you're like, well, they could beat Wake Forest. They could beat Stanford. How confident are you in that?
Well, I
saw Wake in person.
I saw way more Wake Forest football than I needed to last Friday night, okay?
Brother.
They beat Kennesaw State 10-9, okay?
Barely.
You take off the scripted first drive touchdown, which everybody did except for Texas over the weekend. You take away that scripted opening drive from Robbie Ashford and them boys. Wake Forest is down bad, bro. They're not very good at football. I love Dave Clawson. I do love Dave Clawson. I like Jake Dickert a lot. I think he'll get it somewhat on the tracks, but it's going to be a long year in Winston-Salem.
We're on different schedules here with Jake Dickert and
sure.
Bill Belichick. Like,
for sure, no doubt.
It is going to be a long year in Winston-Salem, but you look at like the rest of North Carolina's schedule, and I'm trying to pull it up. I don't have it in front of me. I know they missed the top of the league. As I said in the preseason, they get 5 of the 6 bottom teams in the ACC preseason poll. But like UCF struggled over the weekend with Jacksonville State. That might very well be a win. But like it's not because Carolina's good. It's because UCF might be comparable to Carolina. At Charlotte this week, Charlotte got blasted by App State. Richmond should be a win. So they should be 3-1 going into Clemson. Clemson will absolutely obliterate them off the face of the planet. So there's that. Cal looked competent against Oregon State.
Save the Cal takes, because I watched some elite quarterback play late on Saturday when Roddy and the rest of the college football world was sleeping. I stayed up. I stayed up for some of that. Well, we will talk about it.
Wayne Cook is probably going to be sad that I stayed up for it because I got some takes.
Wayne is down bad, bro.
He should be.
We will get to Wayne on Wednesday. Here's
that
what we've got today.
Stinks.
Here's what we've got today. I feel
and here's the thing. If you're going to stink, at least talk to the media. Let people talk to the media.
There it is.
Let your players talk. As a matter of fact, you don't talk. You stop talking. Let everybody else do the talking. Let people into practice. Feed them cookies and ice cream, brownies. So when you go out and you stink it up, people are at least kind of nice to you.
Here's what we've got today. Roddy already let the cat out of the bag. Turns out he's going to be in Provo for Stanford BYU. So there goes where in the world is Roddy Jones, which I was going to talk about later in the show. But wait, good on you for racking up some miles, bro. Get you that Delta Platinum. Get you that Sky Miles medallion, whatever you're working with.
This year. We might get Diamond. I am
rooting for you. I want that for you.
Here's so can I know we've got a quick show. We got some stuff, like all this stuff. Like
listen, you're the star here, buddy. You take us anywhere you want to go. What you got?
Like reaching that status, because I am now $582 away from hitting platinum. I'll hit it on this trip, which means the rest of the football season we are just building to diamond. And while like you're like, I'm rooting for you, man. I hope you get that diamond status. I'm starting to feel a little bit like up in the air, where like you hit the 1,000,000 mile thing. You're like, God, all this stuff that I'm missing to hit it. Like it just means you're on a plane a lot, and that's not a good place to be. Like I'm actually a little if I hit diamond this year, I will be a little depressed when that happens. I'll be like, damn, like how much was I away? Like so honestly, like I'm kind of going through a little bit of a crisis with this. And you touched a nerve that you didn't know you touched, but I'm in my feels. I'm in my feelings about being on September 2nd, and by the end of this week, I will be platinum status for 2026.
Well, listen, Roddy, I understand what that means, like on a personal level, because you've got 3 girls at home, you've got a lovely wife, like you were trying to be the raddest dad possible. However, on the professional side of things, like on the career side of things, bro, that wasn't happening when they were sending you to Central New York 4 times a year.
That's true.
That wasn't happening when you were coming up to Winston-Salem to cover Wake Forest football on Saturday afternoons. So now we're going out and we're calling some big boy games. By the way, the closest thing I have to diamond platinum status medallion at Delta is my Chick-fil-A app. You probably can't see this very well on YouTube.
A little bit.
No.
Your boy's got signature status at Chick-fil-A. They don't just hand that stuff out, okay? You got to earn that.
Well, what do you get? What does that mean?
That means that you basically have reached the level at Chick-fil-A where there is no level above you. You get 13 points per dollar spent. Like you are basically living the good life. And there are things that I can get on the Chick-fil-A app that you plebes cannot access. Like Y'all want to get a 30 count meal on points? Guess what? I can do that. Y'all cannot. Y'all want a 10-pack of chocolate chip cookies? I got you.
Silver Chick-fil-A member.
Y'all don't operate in that sphere. So here's what we're going to do. Do you remember The Simpsons? You guys are, Tripp, you're as old as dirt. You had a birthday over the weekend.
I've never watched The Simpsons. Not a single episode.
Remember the scene during the opening where Bart Simpson's writing on the chalkboard and they would change it up every year? Or they change it up every week for the episode? My take on that for this week is I will not overreact. I will not overreact. I will not overreact. I will not. I don't want to overreact, but we just got to watch so much football, and I want to talk about it. And we've got this new thing that we're going to do because Tripp needs as much airtime as possible, where Tripp is going to tee us up into some week 1 takeaways. Best thing you saw, worst thing you saw, something that shocked you. So, Tripp, I don't want to steal your thunder. And, Roddy, I know you hopped on like 90 seconds before the show started, so you haven't had a chance to really dive in. But I know you'll be able to do this off the top of your dome. So, Tripp, get us started. Week 1 takeaways.
Yeah, can we start off with the best thing we saw? And I'll just go first because the best thing I saw all weekend was a Florida State defense that looked like it wanted to hit people again. Now, I'm not going to overreact, like you said, and say they're a great tackling defense because they did struggle getting some guys on the ground. I shouldn't be complaining right now after what happened. But still, Florida State defense wanted to hit people again. That's where I lead it off with.
I'll go next here. Best thing I saw was Friday night in Boulder. Haynes King.
Talk to me. Talk at me.
I know that everybody wants to talk about TCU and UNC because that's what have you done for me lately? That was the Monday night game. Take me back to Friday night. Haynes King and Georgia Tech turned the ball over. How many times in the first quarter, Roddy? Not once. Not twice. 3 times.
In the first 8 minutes.
In the first 8 minutes
first
of that
3
game.
drives.
I was watching that on my phone inside a Legacy Stadium in Winston-Salem, and I almost jumped off the balcony. I was in section YY, okay? There weren't that many rows behind me. Why
were you in that section? Ain't that many people there?
The reason I was in section YY is because your boy asked for 13 tickets.
Lord!
It was it was friends and family, okay?
Whoa. How do you, with a straight face, go to somebody? Hey man, can I get 13 tickets?
Hey,
how many tickets did you say?
Hey, let me hold 13 and 4 parking passes.
Good old Baker's dozen.
So I'm watching that on my phone, and I'm like, oh man, this is not what I have signed up for. But Haynes King, who's probably still like breathing oxygen straight from the tank. 19 carries, 156 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. That dude was so tired at the end of the game that when he scampered for whatever it was, 45 yards for the game-winning touchdown, he didn't even celebrate. Like, he just stood there, just depleted. Georgia Tech goes on the road. There were a lot of Jackets fans inside Folsom Field. Awesome trip for those guys and gals who went out there. But Georgia Tech on the road, just running QB counter, I don't know, Roddy, what? 30 times. That was pretty awesome. So that's the best thing I saw from week 1, Roddy. What say you?
It was. Best thing I saw was the primetime quarterback performance by one Garrett Nussmeier, the Nuss Bus, getting it done in what we have to refer to as Death Valley Junior now.
Wow. That settles it, huh?
I mean, they played it on the field. They went in your house. They went in your trap and they claimed your trap. Like, sorry. Nussbus said it after the game. He can't wait to go back to Death Valley. It's in Baton Rouge, at least for the time being. But hey, man, like in a showdown of quarterbacks where we're like, hey, these 2 guys could be in contention to be the number 1 overall draft pick. And the other 2 guys who are in that same conversation, Arch Manning, Lenore Sellers. Lenore's had plays where you're like, golly, like that's amazing. But also a pretty pedestrian day overall.
Yeah.
The offense on that, like outside the Nick Harbor touchdown, wasn't a lot going. You got a punt return for a touchdown. You got a long drive. That was about it. Against the Virginia Tech defense, that's fine. Okay. Good. Maybe good. I don't know. My voice is getting all high because I don't know. We'll have to see. Jury's out on the Virginia Tech defense. Nussbus looked the part, man. Certainly when you compared it to what you saw on the other side from Cade Klubnik. So the LSU ability to run the football, LSU's offensive ability to control the line of scrimmage with their offensive line, at least not get dominated. We thought that was going to be a dominant matchup for Clemson. It was not. Best thing I saw was Nuss Bus.
Love it. Tripp, where to next?
What's the worst thing you saw? You want me to go first on this again?
Please,
yeah, please.
The worst thing I think I saw, and I feel bad for it, and this might be an overreaction, but the whole Arch Manning deal. Not only did they not look very good on offense, there's the clip of him missing that guy on the crossing route, and it looks just like Uncle Rico throwing the football like that. The release was just so ugly, and he's going to catch so much flack for that. But that was probably, I feel bad. That's the worst thing I saw this weekend.
Dude, the first play of the game, they roll him out. They got a wide open guy like 10 yards down the field going on, and he skips the pass. Bro, what are you doing? What? It's like one of those, hey, let's get him comfortable with an easy throw. Probably makes that throw 100 times out of 100 in practice. Then you skip it in the game, and the plan to get him an easy throw to settle him in completely backfires because now he's doubting everything. He's doubting everything in his life. Like, I always make that throw, and I can't make that throw. Like, we are in trouble. And here's the other thing, too. Like, if I'm a player on that team, we call that first play. We run that play over and over. We know that's going to be our first play. Right. Easy in practice, like walk through, boom, like hits it in stride, looks beautiful. We're all excited. You go out and do that first play, I'm like, God, dog, we are in trouble.
And they were. It turns out that they were very much in trouble. That was a tough scene. It wasn't just Arch. I mean, like Arch stands will be like, watch the fourth quarter. Like he started to feel it. Okay.
He did.
But the run game was non-existent for Texas. The play calling, like everybody on that side of the ball just seemed tight.
I was talking to, who was it yesterday? Taylor McHark, who does games for ESPN and CBS Sports. Like, does a good job. Really smart dude. We're talking to him about the play calling. He was like, hey, man, after what you saw from the first couple of drives, what you saw from the first couple of plays, if you were Steve Sarkisian, what would your play calling be like? I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I would probably scale that thing back too. He was like, I think Sark probably had a full game plan. And after the first drive, or maybe in the first throw, he's like, all right, let's scale this thing back a little bit, get him into the flow of things. And then you never got in the flow. So your game plan was neutered because of your quarterback was shooketh.
Worst thing I saw this weekend, I'll go to another primetime game. It was Cade Klubnik. Like, I'm not picking on the guy. Like, he'll be fine. He is fine. But he wasn't on Saturday night. 19 of 38, no touchdowns, one interception. Clemson, 10 points at home. And at some point, and I'm not here to like call for anybody's job. That's an absurd take. But Clemson in week 1, in season openers, the last 5 years, not good. They've gotten blown out by Georgia twice. I guess the Charlotte game wasn't a blowout. It was 10-3. It was heinous football. Remember Duke 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Went to Wallace Wade, caught them paws. And now this egg that you lay at home to LSU. What's up, Dabo? Week 1 Dabo, not great.
Can I offer you some statistics?
Please.
Some numbers?
Please, that's why you're here.
So from 2011 to 2020, 2011 to 2020, against FBS teams at home, Clemson was 55-3. 55-3. Like Clemson, going to Clemson at night was a thing. Nobody won. You did not go to Clemson at night and win. In the last 5 seasons, they are 19-5 against FBS teams at home, including a loss to LSU this year, Louisville at home last year. Like, it has become a place where people can go and win. They don't do it at a high clip because Clemson's still very good, but people go in there and win. In their last 11 games against SEC teams, they are 3-8. Their wins were over South Carolina twice and Kentucky in that Gator Bowl a couple years ago where Cade Klubnik had a great game.
Woof.
They've lost 7 straight to ranked SEC teams. 7 straight games to SEC teams ranked in the top 25. LSU twice, Georgia twice, South Carolina twice, Tennessee and Texas. And they are 1-7 against ranked non-ACC teams in their last 8. Clemson's got an issue. And it comes when teams that don't usually see Clemson, like I think there's still a little bit of that shine in the ACC of like, hey man, we're going to play Clemson. We got to buckle up.
Sure.
But like SEC teams see Clemson's all the time. Not all the time. That's unfair. But on a regular basis. ACC teams see Clemson's once a year, sometimes twice when Florida State's good. This year they'll see 3. Like there's a potential to see 3 because Miami is that level too.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go Jackets.
No. They don't have the bodies.
Watch out.
But when you have teams that are not overwhelmed by Clemson's name or size or speed, Clemson doesn't win those games. And that is a stark departure. Some of the stats that I threw out encompass the DJ Uiagalelei era. I get that, but I think the difference between like ACC ranked teams and non-ACC ranked teams, like that to me it's stark, man, because they're still very good against ACC teams and ACC ranked teams. But you step out of conference, and usually when they step out of conference, they're playing an SEC team, a ranked SEC team. Like that to me is pretty damning. And I don't know the reason, like entirely, other than maybe the ACC is not preparing them. Maybe it's the quarterback play. Maybe they don't have elite players anymore. Like it could be a lot of things, but I think it's pretty damning that they can't beat ranked teams outside of the conference. And if you want to win a national championship, obviously you got to do that because you ain't just going to get SMU.
Smoo. What was the worst thing you saw week 1, Roddy?
It's got to be North Carolina at this point. Like, Lord Jesus, that was bad, man. And I didn't expect them to be good, but they were terrible. It was. Yeah, I think it was the worst.
You got to throw some of this first drive stuff out, right? Like Alabama did this to FSU. 75 yards, 16 plays, take up 8 minutes, like the scripted stuff, the stuff that you've been running for weeks.
Yeah.
Take that out, and it gets even worse, right? Because UNC they were up 7-0. That place was rocking, and then it wasn't.
UNC had 222 yards of offense in the game.
Yes.
80 of it came on that first drive, and then 83 of it came on Max Johnson's first drive. So that's 163 yards of offense out of the 222 that they were able to rack up that came on 2 drives, the first 2 drives that each of your quarterbacks played. After that first drive, the next 25 plays went for 21 yards. Like it was brutal. And then obviously TCU scores 41 straight. You get the pick 6. You've got a fumble return for a touchdown. Like all the things that we talked about with a Bill Belichick coach team, they're going to be disciplined. Well, you had untimely penalties early in that game. They only ended up with 3, but like one of them was a false start on a first down on the second drive of the game. Another one was like a hold, I think. Like, so the penalties were untimely. You turn the ball over. The quarterback looked overwhelmed. The offensive line looked overwhelmed. So like expectation wise, it's probably my fault for thinking that they'd be average at least. But like I mean that's the worst thing that I saw was that performance.
What's something that shocked you in week 1?
Shocked me in week 1.
If you're watching on YouTube, Roddy just dropped.
Oh, I forgot we're on the. I forgot we're on.
And right now you look like Joe Tess. Okay,
this isn't.
Yes. You look like Joe Tess right now. Brother,
do you realize the first time Joe Tess was on,
he
had 2 buttons undone, and then the second time he only had 1 button undone. Somebody got to him.
What are we doing?
Made
ESPN,
him go back up a button.
Disney, worldwide leader. What are we doing?
It's called swag.
Button it up, son. This ain't
swag.
wrestling. Okay, this
He
ain't
called
holy
a great game. Great game.
God almighty.
Soundtrack. How great is it to have college football back, folks?
Just button it up.
First true field storm of the year. Am I going first on this one?
You can, or I can go if you need a second.
Yeah, you go ahead and go. Let me gather.
I don't even know if I want to call it shock, but Auburn. I thought that was a pretty damn tough test they had in week 1. And if Jackson Arnold was going to get it done, he was going to get it done the way he got it done, kind of on the ground with his legs. But they looked pretty good.
They looked damn good. Jackson Arnold looked reborn.
Yes,
he looked like the guy coming out of high school who won Gatorade Player of the Year, who Hugh Freeze allegedly had this crush on for years. Like he had been wanting him to run this offense, and it looked the part. I'll keep it in the quarterback mold for the thing that shocked me, and Roddy allegedly stayed up to see this, so we'll see. Late night quarterback play, Saturday night.
Yeah.
There were 2 performances that had me like, it was late Saturday night. It's a long week for those of us that do this for a living. You get to Saturday night, and you're just cooked. You're just kind of fried. So I settled in to watch a little Utah UCLA because I wanted to see Devin Dampier. And boy, did I see it.
Did you see him?
Utah's offense was 14 of 16 on third down against UCLA. And most of those were like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Like there weren't a lot of 3rd and 8s. They were doing whatever they wanted on all aspects of the game to UCLA, and poor UCLA was just not prepared. Utah smoked those guys. And then on the other screen, I'm watching Cal Oregon State, and Tripp, you did give out Oregon State as one of your 3-for-all picks. That was a poor decision. Okay?
Didn't realize what Cal had a quarterback.
Help me with the pronunciation, Roddy. JKS, the Cal quarterback.
Jaron Chiave, Songapulotele.
Elite pronunciation by you. This kid was spinning it. Now I know it's Oregon State, but it's tough to go to Reser Stadium as a true freshman and just cook, which is what he did. 20 of 30, 3 touchdowns, and some of these throws were like, I mean, he's just dropping it in there, man. So for me, West Coast late night quarterback play, I was blown away. The Utes, bro, the Utes may be all the way back. Like that might be the team to beat in the Big 12. And I know I will not overreact. But I'm in love with Utah. We're 1 week in.
Hey man, Utah was one of my picks to make it to the Big 12 championship game, but it was contingent upon, and you can't make contingencies when they're like, who's going to make the Big 12 championship game? I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. It was contingent upon good quarterback play. If they got good quarterback play, which they haven't had in years, like that team is going to be legit. The 2 tackles are going to be first-round picks. Like they are legit. There's questions about offensive skill, but the offensive skill will be highlighted with Jason Beck and Devin Dampier. You mentioned them being 14 of 16 on third downs. They were also 1 of 1 on fourth down. So in conversion situations, they're 15 of 16. UCLA got them off the field once.
It's amazing.
Once.
It's amazing.
The whole game.
I didn't think Nico was that bad. Like he wasn't very good. He was what I expected, frankly. He was
Nico.
The pieces around him aren't there. I mean,
we're doing the DJ Uyunglele thing with Nico
already.
Well, from a like, hey, he goes from Tennessee to UCLA, and UCLA is like really pumped that they got this guy, Nico Iamaleava, and we're all like, or at least I'm like, hey man, like, did we watch the guy play? Yeah, but look at the throws he made. Did you like Josh Heupel, offensive genius? Josh Heupel, like protected the guy, like hid him almost as the quarterback. Didn't trust him.
Yeah, and
we think he's going to go to UCLA. And who's the offensive coordinator at UCLA now? Tino Sunseri, who is at
Indiana. Yeah,
we think like unproven play caller Tino Sunseri is going to unlock Nico Iamaleava. He might. It ain't gonna happen week 1.
Needs to chill with the hair gel.
Pretty cool name.
You liked it?
I don't know if I liked it.
He had it going, but then the headset just smashes it. So you've got like this. It's like a trench.
It does.
It's like it's flowing all the way up, and then he's got to go with he needs to go with the Britney Spears, Garth Brooks wraparound mic.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because nobody does the Madonna mic on the sideline.
But why?
It's a great question. I don't have an answer to that.
What if we brought it back?
Sure.
What shocked you, Roddy?
That Tennessee won the quarterback trade. Joey Aguilar was very good in that game.
Yep.
Dropping dimes, looked confident. Like Nico throwing the ball downfield last year was an issue for Tennessee. He was not consistent. He was not a consistent deep ball thrower. Some would say he's not a consistent thrower, period. Joey Aguilar was in this game. Like hit Syracuse on some deep shots. Ran the ball well. Like it felt like Joey Aguilar fit that offense better than I expected. Does it make Tennessee a contender in the SEC? I'm not ready to go there yet. Does it make Tennessee a college football playoff team again? Potentially.
Yeah, Tennessee's got Georgia in a few weeks in Knoxville. So like we'll see.
I think the Gunnar Stockton thing is still TBD.
Dude.
I mean, they rolled Marshall, but go ahead.
He gave me Stetson vibes. And I know it's Marshall.
They won 2 national championships with Stetson.
I know, and that's not fair. But you've got this athletic I don't want to say little, but undersized. I mean, moderately sized white guy just out here pulling strings. And Zachariah Branch made his presence felt in week 1. Like, here's a trivia question for you, Roddy, because you've played football and you've lived in the state of Georgia your entire life. Do you know when the last time Georgia, the University of Georgia, had a 1,000-yard receiver?
Oh, the fact that you asked that means we're going to have to go back. I'm going to go Malcolm Mitchell.
You got to go a lot further back than that.
Really?
Yeah.
We're going back to like the David Green era? No, Muhammad Massaquoi. I'll go there.
You got to go.
Matt Stafford.
It's Terrence Edwards, 2002.
Terrence Edwards? We are going back to the David Green era.
He is the only 1,000-yard receiver in Georgia football history.
History? I mean,
for most what about Brock Bowers? What about A.J. Green? What about all these guys? Like a couple 800, 900-yard years, but 1,000-yard receiver, that's like, man, the Big 12 is going to have those by like the end of September. Like we're going to be there. I think Zachariah Branch could be. You talk about like unlocking an offense.
Hey, don't doubt Mike Bobo's ability to not have that happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll find a way to make this interesting, but. Look, Georgia, it was Marshall. By the way, if you want to know how good the odds makers are in Vegas, the folks who draw up the lines, Georgia was a 38.5 point favorite Saturday. Random number, right? You're like, that's a weird. How do you get to 38.5? 45-7 was the final score.
Sucks.
Well, to be fair, they also said Bama by 13.5.
Yeah, they're. I mean, they had UCLA favored by 5, or sorry, Utah favored by 5 over UCLA. They won by 35. So I mean, they have misses every now and then, but Georgia could be very good with this guy Gunnar Stockton, who does not look like much getting off the bus, much like his predecessor. All right. And we'll see.
Was Stetson was a little bit bigger than Gunnar Stockton, though, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
Bro,
he was definitely more slight.
Stetson Bennett was like 5'11".
Wow.
What's Gunnar listed at?
I think Gunner's like 6'1", but he's not 6'1".
Yeah, I haven't seen him in person, so I can't speak to it.
He's listed at 6'1", 215. He is.
I'll text his high school football coach and ask him.
Please do. Yeah, please reach out to Rabun County. You may have to reach him on a landline. Cell phone service up there is
true.
dicey.
It's not true. His head coach in high school was Jabo Shaw, former teammate of mine. So
how about that?
Jabo's got a cell phone. I will text Jabo.
Yeah, but there's parts of Rabun County where cell phone service is not available.
There's parts of Rabun County that yeah.
Yeah. Am I wrong? That was the theme from Deliverance.
Rabun County's the sticks, man. Like that's out there.
I've been trying to explain this to people. Rabun County is that part of Georgia that touches North Carolina, and you're like, what do you mean? Look at a map.
There's a part of Georgia that kind of sticks out up in the northeast. It's not even northeast corner. It's just this little sliver that borders North Carolina. That's Rabun County. Yeah. It's way the hell up there.
That's where the Appalachian Trail starts. And you're like, really?
Appalachian Trail goes. I think it goes down south of there. Like I think it travels into Dawson County. I think.
All right, I'll give you. I thought you were about to go like Marietta on me. I was
no.
Please, please don't do that.
Where does the Appalachian Trail start in Georgia? Springer Mountain, Georgia.
Okay.
South Terminus, which is it's the most popular. Amicalola Falls. Where is Springer Mountain, Georgia?
County.
I'm working.
Need County.
Springer Mountain, Georgia.
While Roddy cooks on the geography of Georgia, which you're welcome, everybody.
If you had your map, Hartzell, you could. It's in here. It's
right. I know. Gilmer, Fannin. It's on the border of Fannin and Gilmer counties.
Okay.
So it's a little more central than Rabun County.
Okay.
And a little bit, just a scotch south.
There you go. Good to know. Of the 0-1 teams from week 1. And there are some notable ones, right? Texas, Clemson, UNC. Psych, UNC ain't notable. Who are you least and most worried about in that group?
Like of the big teams?
Yeah.
Like I'm not worried about Texas. Texas is gonna be fine. That defense looked elite. Like that defense. I got in a little bit of an argument yesterday. Let's call it discussion. Like, who do you think's the number 1 team in the country this week? Who should be?
Ohio State.
Why?
Because they were 3 and they beat number 1.
Dude, okay, throw out the previous rankings.
That's how this works. Is that
okay?
Is that not how this
works?
It's stupid though. Like
You're
Alabama was 8. You're not gonna drop Alabama to 10 because they lost to Florida State. Like, what are we doing? Throw the rankings out. Who based on who they played and how they played, who should be the number 1 team in the country?
Well,
because I got a little bit of a.
Are you going to say LSU?
My argument was LSU. You go on the road and you beat a good Clemson team that we all thought was good. I think you should be the number 1 team in the country. The person on the other side of the argument said Ohio State. I said, why? Well, they beat Texas. We think Texas is going to be great. Do you know how much Texas outgained Ohio State by in this game?
Yeah, a lot.
130 yards. Like, it's not like Ohio State's offense went out and lit things up. And then, well, a lot of those yards happened when Texas was down by 2 touchdowns. So? Then they were even up to that point, and Ohio State made a couple of plays to get in the end zone. And, like, credit to Ohio State, but let's not walk out of there feeling like Ohio State's offense is world beaters. They are not. Jeremiah Smith dropped 2 passes. Max Clare dropped a pass. Julian Sand looked fine. I think we all came out thinking Julian Sand, he's going to be all right.
Yeah. Texas had multiple trips inside the 10. Multiple trips inside the 10 where they went forward on 4th and goal and got stuffed.
Could not get it.
There you go.
So, like, do I feel like Ohio State is a really good team? I do. But I'm not that concerned about Texas. Like, I think Texas is going to be fine. The defense looked elite. It might be the best defense in the country. So I think Texas is fine. I think Clemson's going to be okay. The thing that we have to do with Clemson is we have to reset expectations. Like, that's where we're at with the Tigers. We thought this was a national championship contender. They are not. But they should be a solid college football playoff team. Could they develop into a national championship contender? Sure. But if they go into that South Carolina game and South Carolina's ranked, that game is in Wally Wade. Do I feel great about Clemson in that game? I do not. Do I feel great about Clemson against Georgia in a college football playoff game? I do not. Do I feel great about Clemson against Penn State in a college football playoff game? I do not. Like, that's James Franklin's way to get out of this big game thing. Play Clemson at this point.
Here we go. Yes. What about Notre Dame? We haven't talked about Notre Dame. 0-1.
We haven't talked about Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's okay too. Like, I don't of the big games, Notre Dame, CJ Carr is going to be fine. I thought Miami went conservative late in that game, which is concerning.
Shocking with Mario Cristobal that he just decided to curl up in a fetal position and insert thumb and mouth. Shocking.
But his quarterback bailed him out again, just like last year. Like last year, Cam Ward bailed him out. This year, Carson Beck bails him out. And although he did leave a game-winning field goal attempt to a guy who had made 4 of 11 on field goals for his career.
Shocking. End of game clock management was a thing for Mario Cristobal. Shocking.
Like when they got in field goal range, the fact that they went back to being conservative. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? This dude's made 4 field goals his whole life in college, and now he made it. But 4 of 11, I wouldn't have trusted that. But worked out for them.
And maybe the best thing we saw all weekend was that catch by Daniels. That was insane. I forgot about that.
Phenomenal catch by CJ Daniels. You're right.
Carson Beck looked pretty good. I'm just going to
he looked great
out there.
Bro, I told you Carson Beck was – I don't know if I told you. I've been talking so much that, like, my consistent – if we talked about Carson Beck on this pod, listeners, hold me accountable if I'm incorrect. If we talked about Carson Beck on this pod, I told you he was going to be good because I've told everybody who has talked about Carson Beck that Carson Beck is going to be good. Them 12 interceptions last year, 5 of them were on him solely. 5. And if
Georgia
you had a guy
catch anything last year,
correct, he also couldn't run the ball. He was
also
under pressure. Yeah. Also, Mike Bobo's offense, as EJ Manuel pointed out, does not give you easy outlets. Doesn't give you checkdowns. So Carson Beck was unfairly the martyr or the sacrificial lamb for the struggles of that offense at times. Florida game, he did not play well. All 3 interceptions in that were on him. But go back and look at the Alabama game. Go and look at the Texas game and tell me those interceptions were on him. One of them probably was. It was an unbelievable catch by Andrew Makuba. But, like, in the Alabama game, or maybe this is Texas, I can't remember, they had a tunnel screen called, and the receiver doesn't run the tunnel screen. Carson Beck throws it, and it ends up in the lap of a DB. That ain't no Carson Beck. There's one in the Alabama game where he's throwing a 50-50 ball where the receiver gets pushed almost out of bounds by the DB, and it falls in the DB's lap. That ain't no Carson Beck. Like, it's a jump ball. If you hold your line, so when I say hold your line, imagine a straight line 5 yards from the sideline. That's what receivers are told. That's why if you go to a practice, you'll see that line drawn. There's a red line drawn between the numbers and the sideline. It's the red line. You're supposed to run down it. DBs are going to push on you, to try and push you towards the sideline because it gives the quarterback less room to throw the ball. As a receiver, you meet force with force. You push back on that DB and you stay on that line so that when the quarterback throws it 2 yards outside that line, which is about 3 yards from the sideline, you can fade to catch it. Gives the quarterback a window to throw the ball into. What happens sometimes, and it happened a couple of times last year for Georgia on Carson Beck interceptions, that receiver starts 5 yards from the sideline and gets pushed. And so then the receiver ends up 1 yard from the sideline, and the DB ends up 2 yards from the sideline, which is about a yard from where that ball is thrown. Drops right in the defensive back's lap.
Yeah.
Is that on the quarterback? It appears so, but really it's on the receiver. Bro, help him out. HBO. Help a brother out. It happened a couple times.
Didn't know that.
Couple times.
I'm going to drop that. I got a big meeting coming up here in about 20 minutes. I'm going to drop that.
You're not a brother.
HBO.
So like,
we're all brothers. Now, see, that's where you're
it's
wrong.
not help. It's not help a brother out. It's help a brother out, man.
Listen, I'm from Atlanta. We're all brothers here. All right. Listen, don't let this fool you. Right.
You're my brother, but you're not a brother. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. Actually, I'm gonna push back on that, Roddy. I'm gonna push back on that. Okay, that's the problem these days. You guys, you think we're different? Nah, man. We're one. We are the same. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to do some more quarterback talk.
Don't be dropping. Don't be.
So
actually,
many
in Winston-Salem,
things.
you'd
So
probably
many
be
things.
safe at Learfield. You'd probably be safe dropping a HBO. But you do that, if there's a brother in the meeting, he's gonna be like,
yeah, I got it. I'm
get the
picking
side
up,
I like.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
I want to
do more. I want to talk more about these quarterbacks.
Where'd you learn that?
Hey
man, where'd you learn that?
DeKalb County. Okay,
there
that's
you go.
where I learned it.
No, you learned it here. You didn't learn it in DeKalb County. You learned it from the guy who is from DeKalb County.
Snapfinger Elementary, Columbia High School.
You didn't learn it there.
If
you
I
learned it
if I had
today
to
here
show
on the
you my
pod.
yearbook back in the day, it would not take very long to find me. All right, let me just put it that way.
I've seen a couple pictures.
You should have known the HBO.
Hey,
I did not know the HBO. Go ahead, Tripp.
Can I throw one more court? You said you wanted to talk about more Ole Miss. Austin Simmons, like I know they were supposed to win. Like I know looks good. Like I think Ole Miss could be a problem.
I think so too.
They
It's a
get
good
to
roster.
exercise the demons on Saturday. They get Kentucky, who just, basically just.
Oh man, whatever
in their
that.
cereal
What is the
last year.
spread there? That's gotta.
It's
not
10.5.
enough.
It's 10.5.
It's not enough.
What did Kentucky do week one? I am not familiar with
They
the word.
struggled to beat Toledo.
Played
They did
around
not
with
cover
Toledo.
against
Sure
the
did.
Rockets.
Sure
That is
did.
why I gave out a Toledo pick in my 3-for-all,
Sure
which, by
did.
the way, went 3-0 last week.
3-0.
Did you,
Attaboy.
Roddy? Did you get to listen to that on your way back from Kansas City? You were hounding me
Bro,
on Friday about the show.
Yes, I need that to drop at I don't know what time I got on the plane, but I did a show. It's mid-morning. I'm driving to the airport. I'm like, I need it to drop. It didn't drop until I was already on the plane, so I can't download it on the plane. I couldn't listen to it on the
Felder
plane.
Friday in your life earlier. I could talk to Felder and see if he can move it up.
I mean, don't do it to accommodate me. Do it to accommodate the masses. People are clamoring for
you're
Felder
not
Friday.
Wrong. Well, they're really going to be clamoring for it this week because they want to know how Felder's first week on the job went at Tar Heel 24/7. How the message board's doing, Felder? How we living this morning? God Almighty! It's good for business, though. Let's be honest.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. If you're going to run a fan site, the message board and website traffic is through the roof right now. After a loss like that,
yeah,
that's good for business.
Yeah, I guess you need the extremes. You either need them to be good or need them to be god awful.
Yeah,
but it's a temporary bump if they're bad. Like ask Tripp. Like last year, Florida State was bad, and we were all talking about Florida State for 5 weeks. Then we realized how bad they were, and we didn't talk about Florida State the rest of the year. Literally did not talk about them.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Quarterback play that stood out to me because these guys had not done it at the schools that they're at. John Mateer at Oklahoma was not surprised to see it and very excited to see it Saturday night when Michigan comes to town. Bryce Underwood for Michigan. This dude, he looks like Joe Milton, and he doesn't throw like Joe Milton. And what I mean by that is he can complete passes. Bryce Underwood looks like he's going to be a problem. Now, you got to go against Brent Venables and that defense.
It's not gonna be great this week.
I don't think it goes well either, but he gives Michigan's offense a fighting chance, which man, like I was talking about with Utah and Devin Dampier, Utah hasn't had a quarterback in 4 years because Cam Rising has been holding the program hostage. Michigan hasn't had a quarterback since J.J. McCarthy. And even when they had J.J. McCarthy, he wasn't asked to do very much.
You act like that's an eternity. They went 1 year without J.J. McCarthy. That was 2 years ago.
2 years. But it
was last year. They won the national championship 2 years ago. It was 1 year that they haven't had J.J. McCarthy.
Well, that was a long year, okay?
It felt long.
That
hey,
Michigan
by the way,
was atrocious.
What's a hell of a year?
The line on that game has ballooned a little bit. Oklahoma by 5.5.
As it should. I'll give you one more. Dante Moore, Oregon. Now, again, I know it's an FCS team, but it was a good FCS team that they played. Montana State went to the national championship game last year, Roddy. I don't need to tell you this. You know. Dante Moore, Oregon. Whew. Cooking.
Sure, yeah. I agree.
Sure.
Looked like it should have looked.
No respect for the reigning Big Ten champs. All right, that's fine.
No, a lot of respect for Oregon. I think Oregon's going to be good. I think Dante Moore's going to be good. But, like, to give him a shout-out for playing Montana State, like, come on, bro.
I just did. I'm not going to go back and edit it out.
Let's at least upgrade it. It'd be like me giving Robbie Ashford a shout-out if he had performed well against Kennesaw State, which is basically an FCS team.
Well,
correct. He didn't.
Okay, he did not. And the worst part was there was nobody else that they could call up off the bench to be like, hey, please.
Why don't you give Dylan Lonergan a shout-out for his performance against Fordham?
Yeah, well,
4 tugs, 400. Okay. Since we're just giving out participation trophies for guys beating up on FCS schools.
The worst part
Miller Moss against Eastern Illinois.
The worst part about the weight game was DeMont Claiborne got hurt like first series, and that's a problem because he is the only thing on Wake Forest worth tuning into, at least for now. That may change. All right, we got 10 minutes left in the program. I want to give Rodstradamus his flowers. Why? Why, you ask? Because Rodstra had a winning weekend. 7-4 against the number.
Okay.
In week 1. Were there some misses? Oh yeah, Roddy gave you Northwestern. That was a miss.
That wasn't a crazy pick though.
That was a bad.
The thing is, I didn't know Northwestern went and disrespected Hurricane Katrina. Like, how was I supposed to know that they went out and pissed off John Summerall like that?
They didn't.
They wanted to be in light uniforms because they can't handle the heat, which is classic Big Ten.
They said if they would have asked earlier, so I read a little bit about this, is normally months in advance. They already had their uniforms. They already had their helmets stickered up or whatever to wear all white or whatever they wore. And they meant no disrespect to the city of New Orleans.
I don't give a damn if they ask the day before. If you are the head coach of that program, you make it happen. Like, you are honoring, it is the 20th anniversary of one of the worst natural disasters we've ever seen in our life. You bend over backwards to let them honor those people. I don't care. That's a weak-ass excuse from Northwestern. Okay. We had our helmets stickered. Wear the helmets with a different jersey.
Well, that's true. Actually, they could have just brought purple jerseys. Yeah.
Just wear. It's not like they asked you after you made the. It's not like they knocked on the hotel door and were like, "Hey, man, by the way, I know we play tomorrow, but like, can we wear our white jerseys and you guys wear the purple?" I don't. As long as the bus hasn't left, switch the damn jerseys.
Where'd they play the game?
The game was in New Orleans. Let's lay the blame where it probably needs to be laid here. Who is Northwestern's athletic apparel provider?
Adidas.
Under Armour.
Under Armour. Oh yeah.
And therein lies the problem, because you know that broke ass company ain't got another set of jerseys.
Was this a known thing that this was like an anniversary Katrina game?
It doesn't matter if it's known to us. It's known to Tulane.
Hey, if they go to Northwestern and say, "Hey, we're trying to do this thing to it's a anniversary, we're honoring Katrina victims, can you do this?" That's one thing. If they came to them the week of and didn't mention that, if they just said, "Hey, change your uniforms," just saying, we don't know the conversation that was had.
You are correct. I don't know the conversation. I would have to imagine if you're trying to honor the victims of Hurricane Katrina, that would be mentioned in whatever correspondence. Hey, man, we want to wear the whites. We're trying to do this thing for the Katrina victims, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, if that's the case, then
at that point, you bend over backwards to make it happen. Because if that was mentioned to Northwestern and they said no, then they deserve the ass whooping that they took.
Tripp Hurd, Northwestern apologist, Katrina Hurricane denier.
Just
That's what
saying,
I'm hearing.
I'm just saying, if they didn't mention it, it's a different conversation.
Listen, I'm just giving you a hard time, man. But for real, Northwestern, they got that whooping, and Rodstra thought they were going to hang around against Tulane. Roddy also gave you Alabama, which not only lost, but the reverse cover by FSU. The 13.5-point dog won by 14. NC State, bad pick. I tried to talk you off of that against ECU. You wouldn't listen.
Nope.
And then Baylor, which just didn't have it against Auburn. But still, 7-4 in week 1 for the season. Rodstra, 9-6. It's a good start. That is a good start. So, the board is yours. I've got some lines pulled up. Where would you like to go week 2? There is a Friday night game if you're interested.
A few games on Friday night. A 4-pack on Friday night. I'm not going to dip into the Northern Illinois-Maryland game. I'm going to pass on that. But I will take Louisville minus the points against your Dukes of JMU.
You sure about that?
Positive.
You sure about that?
Do you remember what happened last time JMU went on the road and played an ACC team?
They hung Sebme on North Carolina. That ain't going to happen. Have you ever heard the name Isaac Brown? Are you familiar with his work?
Yeah, I am familiar with that young man's work. He will be a problem. I actually like the over in this game more than the spread, but JMU's going to get there.
Like Maryland.
Just so you know.
You don't trust Louisville's defense?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Bro, Alonzo Barnett would be a top 5 quarterback in the ACC. He just happens to be in the Sun Belt.
That's a damn lie. Get out of here.
We're going to find out Friday night, aren't we?
You know it's a lie.
It might be.
Cade Klubnik, Carson Beck, Darian Minsa, Kevin Jennings, JKS, Haynes King. Bro, he's not even in the top half of the league. I'm still going. CJ Bailey.
Top 8.
Dylan Lonergan.
Bailey, stop. I can't allow that. No, stop.
Tommy Castellanos. How'd I forget the number 1 guy?
Tommy fucking
When did he go from
Castellanos.
Thomas to Tommy? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
real thing.
at BC he was listed as Thomas.
Okay.
In their on their website, and at Florida State he was listed as Tommy. So in the interview that I did on ACC Network, which you can catch, I'm assuming somewhere, I don't know where it is.
I'm going to look for that.
We did an interview. It was a thing. It aired, and now it exists somewhere. Where? I don't know. Yeah, he was like, yeah, we kind of played it out. We kind of played it off. I was like, yeah, I'm Tommy now.
Okay. All right. I want to make sure that I'm giving him his, proper, credit. So Tommy, good to know. All right. What else you got, Roger? You want to lock in on Louisville because you hate me and you want to pick against my alma mater on Friday. That's fine.
That's fair. Yep. Give me Illinois minus the points on Saturday at Wally Wade.
Does that line stink to you, by the way?
2.5.
Do you think it's fishy?
I don't know. I like Duke a lot. I was actually thinking about going Duke to cover.
It's a low
Illinois
key, really. That's a really good. That might be the best game of the week, honestly. Yeah. That's a really good game.
It's a good game. So yeah, I'm gonna go there. The Baylor SMU game.
Mm-hmm.
That one's interesting because I think I like SMU, but I don't feel great about it. So give me Baylor plus the points on the road at Southern Methodist.
So you rode Baylor last week. It didn't pay off for you. So you're just going to go back to the well?
Double down.
I don't love that theory. I really don't. That's an interesting one. Baylor plus
I don't know why, man. SMU did not impress me against East Texas A&M. Did you watch any of that game? Of course you didn't. Nobody did.
Hell no. Come on, man.
Wes Durham was on that game, friend of the program.
Yes, he was.
I mean, good for Wes, but like I was watching Wes's game on Thursday night. I didn't have time. I didn't have the bandwidth to watch the Saturday one.
Yeah.
Are you going to skip over Texas? I mean, Texas, best defense in the country, 36.5. You know they're going to get right.
Do I know that?
Okay.
I mean, look, I think Texas probably covers the 36.5. I'm not gonna go there. You can do that. I don't really do the big old.
Roger doesn't shy away from the big games. He doesn't shy away from the big games.
I'll go Iowa State minus the points. That's a 3.5 point line.
Cyhawk.
You don't like that? Iowa State has not fared well in this game, from what I remember.
They have not.
Iowa
Iowa State came back from Dublin and got right.
Iowa State burned. Well, they didn't need to get right. They were in a letdown spot and a look-ahead spot. That's why I took South Dakota.
How'd that go?
In the free-for-all. Jeez.
Well, I tried to tell y'all about South Dakota, man.
I mean, Iowa State went out there and rolled out double nickels against a really good FCS team.
So here's the thing, man. Like these really good FCS teams, like you gotta watch these teams play, man. Like South Dakota's slow, like they're slow everywhere, and they're really good at the FCS level because in that conference everybody plays in a box. But once they play somebody with some speed, like they get waxed. I don't
know why you're not texting Tripp and I on the side FCS teams to pick against. I feel like that's a
turn the ball.
Well, you guys mentioned. I've heard a couple people mention like, "Oh, watch out for South Dakota against Iowa State." No, bro. No, that's the wrong ones. It's the wrong ones.
Yeah, shoot me a text.
Montana State too. Like Montana State falls in that category. Fell in that category.
Right.
And Oregon's different. All right, let's keep it moving because you got to go in a couple minutes. I don't know the status of Chandler Rogers, so I'm going to take a flyer on this one and go NC State minus the points at Carter Finley against Virginia. If Chandler Morris. Yeah. If Chandler Morris doesn't play in that game, I don't feel great about Virginia. If Chandler Morris does play in that game, I'm flipping it. So this is an asterisk pick. I'm saying this on air.
Jeez, man, you're gonna make me work for this one.
If Chandler Morris starts the game, I'm picking Virginia plus the points. If Chandler Morris doesn't start the game, then I'm picking NC State minus the points.
Chandler Morris has to start the game in order.
He's got to trot out there first.
Okay, all right.
We got to have a dividing line here. We got to have standards here.
Okay, all right, very good.
All right, let's keep it moving. You want a big line? Clemson minus 33.5 against Troy. That's one that you should go for. Lock that thing
up. Lock of the week right there.
I agree with you right there. I'll go Ole Miss minus the points at Kentucky.
Ole Miss give minus 10.5, by the way.
Give me Kansas plus the points at Mizzou.
Border war.
Let's see what else is out there.
Is Syracuse in trouble this week?
I'm not down to the Cuse game. Who do they play?
They're back. They're at home. UConn. Syracuse by 6.5.
I don't know. I think Syracuse should be fine in that game. Peanut butter gets right. Army plus the points at Kansas State. A little get right game for Army.
Army lost to a team I had never heard of last week.
That is true. Tarleton State? You never heard of Tarleton? Never heard of Tarleton?
They make the NCAA tournament every year in basketball.
Yeah, man, come on. I thought you were a college sports fan.
Army plus 17.5.
Woof indeed. Arizona State, less than a touchdown favorite at Mississippi State.
Tricky game. Tricky.
I'll take the Sun Devils.
You called this game last year in Tempe.
Sure did. Sure enough did.
This was the
Sam Leavitt.
Cam Scattaboo.
Sam Leavitt could not complete a pass. Yes, it did. I said he was overrated coming out of that game.
Wow. How'd that age, Roddy? How'd that take age?
My spotter was like, you like that Scattaboo guy? I'm like, a little overrated. Mississippi State stinks. That was not good by me.
That did not age well.
Oklahoma minus the points at home against Michigan.
That's the correct pick.
And I'll go Virginia Tech minus the points at home against Vanderbilt.
Okay, that's fine that you feel that way. I'm here to tell you, and I didn't want to interrupt your Lenore Sellers take earlier. Virginia Tech's offense is disgusting.
They were not good.
They have nowhere to go. Kyron Drones,
they dropped a few passes, and if they had not dropped, if Aiden Green doesn't drop the one on third down, it's a different game. Like there's a couple untimely drops in there that Virginia Tech wasn't able to get.
I don't know how you can feel good about that pick when Diego.
Well, I think South Carolina's pretty good.
And them boys are coming.
Them boys ain't what South Carolina was rolling out with.
Okay. All right. Very good. So Rodstro's picks are locked in. Anything else on the board that you like?
No, I don't think so. UCLA, UNLV. I actually like UCLA in this game. Going to Allegiant Stadium, minus 2.5.
That's the line? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Yes, it is.
That's not good.
UNLV 2-0 though. Anthony Calandria. In them boys.
And then boys.
Bro, you got the late night game, 10:15 in Provo for you.
There will be like
Stanford,
3 hours
BYU.
of pickleball played and 2 naps in that day.
I'm rooting for you, buddy. Maybe you can listen to the Blitz on Saturday. Maybe you can tune in. Let me know how I'm doing. Can't find it on SiriusXM because they buried us, but we can save that for another day and another time. He is Roddy Jones. He is Tripp. On behalf of both of those guys, I'm Hartzell. We had to run. Power hour. Blame it on me. Sorry. I wish we could go longer.
Blame it on me.
We'll talk to you on Wednesday when Wayne Cook joins the show. Thanks for listening.